my goodness. Sorry. Getting the chops. Okay. Alright.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, November the 22nd here at Raspberry Rock. It's a kind of a dull morning. It's hovering around 0 right now. It's supposed to go down to -1 this afternoon. It's going to be one of those days. It gets a little colder as the day goes on. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do a day of filming. It's going to be episode 7! Yay! The dogs are looking at me like, what? What? So yeah, I'm still in the midst of working on my installation and my electrical. And the cabin's a mess right now. And yeah, I know, people complain about my mess. How messy my cabin is. There's several reasons for it. I mean, it's a work in progress. The cabin's a work in progress. And I'm trying to live in it at the same time, which makes it really difficult. But, you know. The second thing is, like, everything has to move, you know, when I'm doing installation. Like, everything's got to move around. The third thing is, because it's not finished, I have no permanent place for anything. I can't, like, build shelves and, you know, put cupboards in. And I mean, I've got cupboards in my kitchen, but they've got to move. And everything I put in place has to move. So that's why things are kind of lying all over. And the third reason is because I'm somewhat lazy. So, there you go. Anyway, my wife's coming tomorrow, Thursday, right after work. She gets off work, she's going to come up. So I'm going to actually try and do a little bit of tidying up today. Make it a little bit neater for her when she gets here. And I'll be doing some of that. And then I'm going to try and work on some more insulation. Some more electrical, and see if I can plug through that. Get all this insulation off my deck. What a pain. Big shout out to Sean James of My Self-Reliance. I was watching a bunch of his videos. Well, I have been over the past couple months. That guy's building a log cabin with hand tools. He's very industrious. He's very skilled. He's very talented. And he's just going, and the cabin's looking great. He's also from Ontario, by the way. I think he's up much further north than I am. He got snow several weeks before we got snow here. Or at least a couple of weeks before we got snow here. Anyway, pretty neat stuff that he's doing. And his channel is growing like crazy. You know what? Good for him. Good for him. Anyway, it's like my cabin's like completely different than his. I'm completely different than him. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna get working on. I'm gonna do a little bit of tidying up, and then I'm gonna get happening on breakfast, and we'll just see where that goes. Anyway, welcome back, guys. girl, yeah. Yeah, good girl you are. Yeah. You were such a good girl. Yeah, there you go. Get that one. Yeah. You're sitting nicely. You're sitting nicely. You know, you're not sitting nicely. You're not sitting nicely. No, now, June. All right, there. When you clean up, you start to find things like electrical tape that you lost. I'm working on my ventilation for my batteries because they have to be vented. So this pipe, you can't see it, but it's got holes on the underside of it, every foot or so along here. And it gets drawn into this thing. So this is what I did, what I was working on yesterday. In fact, I had all the insulation in here, and then I remembered that I hadn't done the ventilation here. So I had to take all the insulation out, put this pipe in here, and here's where the fan is in this section here, this white section. And then put a hole through the outside wall. Kind of thinking, I wish I had put this right against the outside wall so that I could put insulation over the top of it this way, just to cut down the noise from the fan. I don't think the fan's not very loud, but it is a little bit loud. And then when I was drawing the wiring through here, I accidentally ripped it apart because for some reason it had been spliced in the previous installation. And the black wire is missing its little eye thing, so I'll have to make do for now. I do have a soldering kit somewhere, so I'm gonna have to find it and pull it out. And then once that's done and the fan's all hooked up, I gotta put a cover over my battery box so we can maybe use it for a bench or something right beside the table here. Well, the dogs are driving me mental, so alright, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Good thing you got that stick. Oh, done. Alright. Yeah, you don't go out in the ice. The small brush is dying off, which is natural. Winter's coming. It makes it a lot easier for hiking. The obvious trade-off, though, is that it's not nearly as beautiful this time of year. I mean, it's still really nice. But I like leaves on the trees. Goomba, fix your ear. Goomba, fix your ear. There you go. This is the one deer run that I sat on. And some bear poop. Yeah, there are bears here somewhere. Still getting wet. Panels are nice and clear, actually getting a little bit of sunshine. Awesome. Maybe it'll clear up even more and we'll get some good power for the afternoon. 730, 20, 10. It's dropping. 700 watts. Yeah, that's not bad. Actually pretty warm in here. The fire's kind of dying out, but it's actually pretty warm in here, so I'm just going to leave it. Well, I'm going to do up some lunch. I've got a boiled egg from the other day that I'm going to use. And I think I'll do a wrap. Yeah, wrap sounds good. love wraps. I don't know why I don't do them more often. This was so easy to do. And a couple of nights ago, when the fire was going nice and hot, I just grabbed a couple of eggs out of the fridge and put them in a pot with some water, put it on the wood stove. Actually left it overnight. Just got it in there. That is awesome. Oh boy. I'm gonna go eat that. Time to get the fire going again. It's cold. So I guess my tarp leaked in that one section because a bunch of this wood is wet, soaking wet. I'll place it by the fire here. It'll dry out as the evening goes on. Stay inside. We ordered something from Hickory Farms and it came with all this stuff. Packaged with all this. Oop, some tissues. There we go. Ouch! Come on. Girl. All right, lie down. Lie down. Come on, lie down. Lie down. Willows. Good. You're a good girl. You're good doggies. I just want you to lie down for a bit now. There we go. My girl. So you're probably wondering about Willow. and what's up with all the eye drops. Well, here's the story. A couple of months ago, she got into it with a porcupine. Wasn't her first time. First 2 times, she had like a handful of quills in her snout. And it was a bit of a WrestleMania here in the cabin, but I got them all out myself both times. The third time, we were on our way in, just picked up Alicia at the car park. We're on our way in, and Willow disappeared for a couple of minutes. And when we saw her again, I saw the quills in her snout, and I thought, oh no. So we got into the cabin, and I looked at her, and she had, I don't know, 50 quills on the outside of her mouth, on the roof of her mouth, and her gums, her tongue. It was just awful. And we spent a few minutes trying to see if we could get any of them out, but she was a bear. So I said, okay. So I found the nearest emergency vet, because it was after 6 o'clock. And we took off to, well, I went back out with Willow in the dark to the car. Poor girl, running the whole way with all these quills in her mouth. And drove her down to Belleville, the nearest emergency vet, which is a good 45 minutes away. And I took her in there, and the technician took one look at her and said, oh, she's got quills in her eyes. Doesn't that sound bad? So I said, oh, shit. And then, so the doctor came along, he looked at her and said, yeah, I think she's got quills in her eyes. And they said the nearest ophthalmologist, the nearest eye doctor, was either in Ottawa or Toronto. And they're both about the same distance away from here. So I said, ugh. So I left Willow there overnight, and they took all the quills that they could find out of her. They wouldn't touch her eyes. And then the next morning, Alicia and I drove down to Belleville, picked her up, went downtown Toronto, and got an emergency appointment to see the ophthalmologist. And driving downtown Toronto during the week, what a pain. This is why I'm here, way out here in the cabin. Anyway, waited around there for a while, and eventually they took her in the back, and the ophthalmologist saw her, and then they brought Willow back out. Kind of an odd way to do it. Gave me 3 sets of eye drops, and with instructions on how to give them to her, and said there was no foreign objects in her eyes, which is good, and said I should do I needed to schedule a revisit for a couple of months down the road. So I said, oh, okay. And it was kind of strange, but anyway, we took Willow back, and we started giving her the eye drops, and 2 of them were 3 times a day, and 1 of them was twice a day. And Willow was a bear throughout it. She didn't want to sit still. What you saw earlier today was amazing. You know, she's come a long way. Of course, she gets a T-R-E-A-T every time she gets it, so that helps. And she's been really good about it. So anyway, we finished the eye drops, and then her eyes started looking like she had these blemishes on her eyes when we first took her in, and that's why the doctor thought she had quills in her eyes. And then the blemishes started getting bad again, so I made another appointment with the ophthalmologist downtown Toronto again, and we went back, so the doctor quickly looked at her. This doctor had no bedside manners at all. The other girls that worked there were all great, but this doctor, she said, okay, same eye drops, same kind of schedule, and schedule a revisit. And I said, well, I don't quite understand, you know, if the quills like poked her eyes, but the quills didn't go in, so what's going on here? And she says, oh, it has nothing to do with porcupine quills. This is a genetic defect that's common in German Shepherds. I'm like, what? So yeah, a coincidence that around the same time that these porcupine quills thing happened, that the blemishes started in her eyes. So I'm like, oh, and I said, okay, well, what does this mean? And she said, well, she's going to be on eye drops for the rest of her life. Over the next period of time, I take it 6 months to a year, I have to keep going back to the vet to see how it's coming along. Like, is it, you know, and how many drops she's going to need. She's always going to need the eye drops, but does she need them twice a day? Does she need them once every couple of days? This is what we got to find out next. So, and I said to her, you know, I will do anything to make sure she retains her vision, but what happens if she doesn't get these eye drops? And the doctor said, well, she'll go blind. And I said, okay, got it. So there we go, and that's why we're giving her eye drops twice a day now. It's a steroid, Maxitrol, and tacrolimus, and then a lubricant, Opticare, is what I'm giving her. And poor Willows. Just can't take a break. But anyway, that's where Willow's at. Eye drops for the rest of her life. Expensive eye drops. But what can you do? And I thought, you know, our old dog, Baby, she had diabetes, so she got insulin twice a day. 30 units twice a day, which is a lot. That was expensive stuff too. And I thought, you know, when she finally passed away, I thought, okay, next dog, she'll be okay for a while. We won't have to worry about, you know, any expensive medications. And then Willow happened. Oh, well. So that's Willow's story. And she's kind of, sometimes she likes lying with me here, but I think she's a little uncomfortable because I'm talking. And if I let her go, she'll probably run for it. That's a girl. Anyway, I'm getting set up for Books Festing. I know it's Wednesday. I said I was going to do it Thursday. But my wife is coming, and I just figured I'll get it out of the way, you know, before she gets here. Because when I Books Fest, it kind of disrupts the whole evening here, and, you know, she wants to watch a movie or something, and she can't. So, yeah, it's okay. We'll do it tonight. What is Books Festing, you ask? Well, I live stream. And a bunch of people join. They join the live chat so we can talk back and forth. We have a few drinks. We have a bunch of laughs. We play some music. It's just a good time. You don't have to drink alcohol. Of course, you can. Robin comes in. She drinks 7-Up. Other people are drinking various things. Well, we have a few drinks. We do. I'm going to do a couple of craft beer reviews during my live stream. I'm hoping to catch it on the live stream and then catch it on camera at the same time so I can include it in this video. Won't that be fun? Anyway, the fire is just rocking here. It's coming up to 5 o'clock. But I'm going to hold off on having my first lime and lager till 8 till the Books Festing begins. And there you have it. I can't move now. I don't want to move her. I got to turn the camera off, but I don't want to move her. She's so comfy. You're so comfy, aren't you? Oh, you good girl. You good doggies. There we go. So here's my craft beer review from the cabin while live streaming. I'm looking at 2 cameras at once. So I've got, alright, let me put my glasses on. Not those glasses. I'll put my glasses on. It is 9 p.m. There is more garbage on these glasses than there is glass. The Witty Traveler. IBU 15, 4.2% alcohol. Beer. Railway City is the company. Is it going to tell me what? Okay. The Witty Traveler has finally arrived with spices from the east, the fruits of the south, and yeasts of the north, enveloped in taste and aromas of far-flung places. He has stopped to offer us a drink. There's an ingredient list. It doesn't even say what a handcrafted small batch. IBU 15. So it doesn't even say whether it's a lager or a pale ale or an IPA or a... It's won awards somewhere. Well, as I know from experience, that doesn't mean shit. There we go. Oh, yeah. This could take a while. Ah! Wow, look at that. What in the world? That's a first. Look at that head on that sucker. I don't think I was, like, pouring it very strangely. This is going to take a while. Holy man. Did that bottle, what did you term? What now? What did you order from the bar? Are you talking to me? Just made a crab cheese ball for tomorrow. Oh, way to go, Carla. No, it's stronger than walnuts. Almonds. Weed extract. That's interesting. I have a water cabin with a sail on it. So Mo's on a sailboat. A catamaran. It was a Lagoon 39-footer, I believe. Hey Russell, Chris Hawksford says, hey Russell, do you think about having a heat cable on the bottom frame of your panels? Just plug it in when needed. I have my panels on a pole mount that I can move by hand to track. Yeah, many people have come up with ideas on how to keep the snow off their panels, and none of them are, it's kind of a longer conversation, but none of them are efficient enough to make any sense or work very well. Like you might spend more energy heating up stuff than you get from panels in the sun. Look at that. Like, is that ever a light color? That might be the lightest color beer I've ever seen. Telling folks how to say my last name. So, oh, that's much better. So Carla DeRoque got tired of telling people how to spell her last name, so now her name is CJBMD2114. How do you pronounce that, Carla? Drink up, Russell. I am. I'm drinking. What are you talking about? I mean, I will be. And there are people that say that to pour beer, you should just kind of dump it all in to get all the carbonation out of it. Detroit is not known for our tacos. How about some chili cheese fries? I need like a spoon to scoop this off. Tip the glass. Like everybody's sort of like, pour slowly, tip the glass. I feel like, did you ever watch that Rick and Morty episode where, what's his name, asked Meeseeks for help with his, he wants to reduce 3 strokes off his golf game? Did you tell him to keep his shoulders square? Did you tell him to keep his eye on the ball? I'm Meeseeks, look at me. So I'm going to try and drink this, head or no head. It smells really hoppy. It's not bad. It's got a real citrusy taste, a hoppy taste. It's pretty strong. I guess that's the IBU in it, isn't it? It's not bad though. Strong citrus aftertaste, but not a normal. Not the normal. It's really hoppy. Really hoppy. I'll drink that, but it's not going to be one of my go-to beers for sure. And look, it's, yeah, looking pretty much like weak pea. Ah, well. I use the same roof rake as you, but my panels are only 9 feet off the ground, so easy to clean. Yep. Oh, I know. Well, guys, I was doing my beer review last night, and I looked up at the camera, and it said card full. Card full. So, I don't know, probably missed the end of it. Anyway, Book's Festing went great. Had lots of people showed up. Lots of first-timers. Anyway, I also didn't get to do a sign-off last night, so I'm signing off now from Raspberry Rock. Chose now to horse around. Anyway, we'll see you next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked this video, click the like button. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Click the notification bell if you want to get updates on my videos. Ow! I don't know why they gotta bite me. They're playing. Well, let's see you next time. So long from Raspberry Rock. Bye.